Howdy folks, this is Rob from Sound Notes Online, bringing you Real-Time in Reaper, a series of bite-sized tutorials on using the Reaper Digital Audio Workstation in a live broadcast environment. Reaper can be used quite effectively when recording and streaming events that require high-quality audio to be paired with high-quality video. So let's dive in and get started with today's lesson. Lesson number 2, we're going to talk about audio interfaces. So we have our Reaper software. We also have our audio input-output interface that takes microphones and guitars and keyboards and other things and routes them through the audio software and then out to our speakers when we want to listen to it. So how does this happen? How do we get the audio interface configuration to work with Reaper? Well, we're going to go up here and we're going to go to the options menu and down to the very bottom, preferences. And in a Windows system, you can do Control P, Command P on a Mac, and it'll bring up our Reaper preferences. Now, among the many preferences that we have is audio, and underneath here we have device. And this is going to give us the information that we need to know about our system. Now, the audio system type, we show ASIO. We're using ASIO drivers for this system because ASIO drivers provide the lowest latency. Now, what do I mean by latency? I mean that you have an input signal, for example, this microphone that I'm using, and it has to go through my preamp on my interface, and then the interface has to take the signal and send it to the audio software. Then it has to route from the audio software back out to my monitoring. And all of that routing takes time, and it has to go through several circuit paths throughout the computer to come out the other end, and most of the time you're going to get some kind of a latency. It's just a slight delay, so that you may listen to yourself, and when it comes back through the monitoring system as you talk through your microphone, there may be a slight delay it's just enough to be distracting. With standard Windows software audio drivers, you're going to get that high latency that's really distracting and annoying. But with ASIO, we can, and a decent computer with decent memory and a processor that's powerful enough, you can cut that latency down to where it's not such a problem. And when we're talking about a broadcast environment, you're going to have some latency anyway, especially with video going from your camera through the circuits and the pathways from the camera to the video interface. You're going to have latency there too. So the great thing about live feed for a campus TV network or YouTube streaming or things like that, or simply just recording audio and video, is we can get the latency low enough to where we can sync those up in the video interface. And by the time you're watching it on the TV or watching the broadcast, the latency is not going to be an issue. But ASIO drivers in the audio world are definitely a way to go to reduce latency as much as possible in a Windows system. Now I'm using a Behringer XR18, an XR18 Air audio interface. It's an 18-channel interface that comes with ASIO drivers, which I have installed here. And as you can see, Reaper, through the ASIO drivers that Behringer provides, shows us our 18 inputs and our 18 outputs. Now, why is this important? We're talking multiple outputs here, and there's a reason we need this for a live broadcast environment. I'm going to go ahead and click on OK, and we're going to come down here to our master track. And as you can see, on the master track sends, these are basically the sends that go to our hardware outputs or to whatever outputs you have routed from your master track. Now, you can see here I have main left and right. Now this is going to my studio monitors, my speakers that I have sitting here near my desk. And then underneath that I have phones left and right because I want a separate path from the master track to my headphones for headphone monitoring. That way I can control the volume of the mains and the phones separately. So, this is good also for if you're using room correction software. I can use the monitoring effects features in Reaper to use a headphone correction software for this output, and I can use speaker correction software for this output And that way I don't have to keep turning one or the other off. I can just, through my interface, I can turn one off and the other on. I can mute one or both, and I can use that anyway to control my output sources, control what I'm listening to. But we have another output that we want to create, which is to send a set of outputs, a stereo output from our master bus to our video capture card or our video capture interface. And I've got one set up here, so I can click on an empty send slot and I can go to add new hardware output, and here's broadcast left and right, which is basically output channels 5 and 6 on my output. And I've just created this send from my master bus to my broadcast interface, the left and right audio inputs on that capture card. Now, you can see that these are named, main, phones, broadcast. How did I get that in Reaper? Among the many customizable features that you can see in Reaper, if I go back to our preferences and click on audio, I can go here to channel naming and mapping, and all I've did was just go here to the output channels, and I just edited those names and added those aliases. So I have my main left and right corresponds with outputs 1 and 2, phones 3 and 4, broadcast 5 and 6. So that's how I got that set up, so that these outputs are readily available. Routing in Reaper is really super flexible. You can route anything everywhere, and we'll go through that in a later video. But for now, I do want to let you know I'll have some information in the description below on some of these resources for more advanced interfacing. So this interface that I'm using has ASIO drivers with it. But what if your system doesn't have ASIO drivers? Well, there's free software out there called ASIO for All, and I'll put a link down in the description. And ASIO for All will basically allow you, in most cases, to route whatever interfaces you have through this ASIO, this sort of generic ASIO driver. And Reaper can see that as well. Reaper can see the ASIO for All software as if it's a hardware interface. And it makes use of hardware interfaces, ins and outs, and allows you to do routing that way. But that's something more advanced. In a later video, you're going to see that we actually use Dante, which is a super powerful, very high quality audio over IP internet, audio over internet protocol system that's very, very nice. But that's it for this video. Again, like, subscribe, comment. If you need any more details about any of this, go to reaper.fm. There's a forum there that really just is so complete. You've got hundreds, if not thousands, of users that are there on a regular basis that really know what they're talking about. And between me and them, hopefully we're going to help you find all the answers you need. So thanks again for hanging out with us, and we'll see you next time.